The other question about leads, you were saying how do you find leads? Was that the question? Limousine service, so it's a local service that needs traffic, local traffic. So then you got to think about like where do those customers hang out at? Do you think Bing is overlooked? Yeah, no, I don't. I think Bing is dead. What is your product again? Does it go over hiring, the process of finding and hiring salespeople? I actually gave that for free. Yeah, if you go to nowdriventraining.smartmember.com, there's a thing that in there that says livecast. You can watch a free training on how to hire salespeople. It's for salespeople to sell local services. It's totally free. Better yet, go to slapitnow.com. Slapitnow.com. You'll actually get a free ebook, 20 top productivity tips that'll help you. Hey man, thanks for joining, and I'm glad you're enjoying it. We got new people. You guys are new people. Your thoughts on why you think Bing is dead? Because 90% of everybody on the internet uses Google for searching. That's why I think it's dead. Now, if you want to focus on 10%, then focus on 10%. But I'd rather focus on 90. It's a greater reach. That's why I think it's dead. Unless it's free. Hey, if it's free traffic, you can get free traffic from Bing, then yeah, do that. You know, it's free is free, right? It's only your time. What's your time worth? I love this talk, guys. I love these talks. Was it ever alive? I don't know. Probably. Yeah, probably for a little bit when they were spending a lot of money on ad campaigns. Well, welcome for the people that are new, and give lots of hearts, man. I'm giving you guys tons of value. Give lots of hearts and share with your followers, because that's what this is. We're growing communities, guys. This whole Periscope thing is about a big, large tribe of like-minded people, and we're just growing communities right now. We're just growing communities. We want everybody to rise up together like the cream of the crop. Cream always rises to the top. So what's up? What else you guys have? This is my Monday wrap, guys. This is my first cup of coffee because I had to take care of the kids in the morning and do their things and stuff like that, and I just forget to have my coffee, which is weird because I love coffee. But I'm trying to I need someone to hold me accountable. I'm trying to hold myself accountable to get up earlier, and we're working on thanks Kirk. I just started reading The Miracle Morning. KarlSchuckert, he influenced me, man. And I just started reading it, read half the book yesterday, actually, on the road. The 7-Figure Traffic Academy is brand new. They just started 3 months ago. The first one was in Vegas. There's going to be another one next month in Roseville. Actually, it's outside of Roseville. It's more close to Sacramento. But it's going to be, I believe, at the DoubleTree in Sacramento, which is it's a nice facility, and there's a lot of places to eat around there. That's why it was picked. Chris actually had me looking at golf courses and stuff, but it made more sense to do at the DoubleTree just because of location and easy in and out, not worrying about people that have cars and no cars and stuff like that. It just made more sense because there's people from all over the world that are in the 7-Figure Traffic Academy. And the 7-Figure Traffic Academy, if you're like a newbie, I would not suggest it. If you're someone that has some skills and you're just trying to step up, level up, then it's great for that. It's great. It's all about traffic. Like the last one we talked about viral videos and how to get like sub-penny clicks. How long did it take you to have a breakthrough in your business? I'm constantly having breakthroughs. I mean, how long did it take? The first time, I would say the first time that you had a mind shift, a paradigm shift on how you viewed things and saw things, instead of saying I can't, saying that how can I? Stuff like that. It's just changing your point of views of things. That's the biggest breakthrough that anybody could have. That's the first initial breakthrough. And then as far as financial breakthroughs, you know, there's always ups and downs. There's always ups and downs. Sometimes we have some huge, you know, one day sell tons of courses or something like that. Or usually like during a launch, there's a lot of breakthroughs during launch. So launching products is where you can have a lot of breakthroughs as far as financial breakthroughs. But I'd really more work on mental breakthroughs. Mental breakthroughs will help you have financial breakthroughs in the back end. If you start with the end in mind. And I'm a big believer in living life by design. So if you start with the end in mind, what's up, Chris? Got KarlSchuckert in the house. Yeah, if you start with the end in mind and you reverse engineer what you want in life, it'll happen. And even like The Secret, like the movie The Secret, they talk a lot about putting things into your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind will actually find an answer for you. So if you can learn how to start asking yourself tough questions, your mind will actually start finding, working backwards. working with the end in mind, working backwards, and you know, designing your success. It's funny because 4 years ago, me and my wife Akumi, we started doing those vision boards that they talked about. Yeah, Dr. Proctor, or Bob Proctor, yeah, he talks a lot about that. So what I did, I followed the secret. We actually cut out pictures and we did all the stuff. We had dogs, we had rings, we had like stuff that we wanted to accomplish in our life. And it's funny because every year we look at it and we're like, well, we didn't do that much. We take like an inventory at the end of the year, every single year, and then we do a new one. So that way it stays fresh in our mind, and it's not like a New Year's resolution or anything. It's just that's the time, because it's the end of everything and the new of everything. So basically, every year we do it. And I usually actually do a motivational email or a thing on Facebook for my friends that basically just helps remind us all to do it for the ones that actually do it. You know, probably only 2% do it, but that's okay. So what I do is I actually do that end of year inventory, and then I think about the next year. But then if I look back like 2 years, I find out that year it's starting to happen, or a lot of those things start to happen. So locally here in Roseville. So Chris, since I have you here, is the 7-Figure Traffic Academy going to be at the DoubleTree? Because I think that's Sacramento, isn't it? It is. It's close though. The secret changed my life. Thinking backwards is a key. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, but everybody that's in the, yeah. Well, I told everybody if they're beginners, don't even dare. So I'm not really publicizing it, but it came up in my thread earlier before you joined. So I'm not just like, hey guys, come join, blah blah blah. It's definitely you can't be a newbie. That's the biggest thing that I said earlier, is that if you're really new, there's a lot of other things that you should do before you should go and get involved. But it is awesome when you do it. If you do have, like I said, if you have a sustainable business or a model or something that you need to help with traffic, then that's key. But what else do you guys have? What else do you guys have for me? You guys had a lot of sales. What's up? What's up, John? John Ferguson's in the house. John, hey man, nothing. I've just haven't had a chance to look at. The weekend was kind of busy for me. Sorry about that. I haven't had a chance to look at the stuff that you messaged me on Facebook, but I definitely will take a look at it. Karl, you rolling it? Yeah, I'll be into town tomorrow. Looks like I'm going to be helping you move, but I'll be in town. Are you guys going to have everything moved out before I get there so we can focus on business? I'm just kidding. Man, who's giving me the purple and blue hearts? It's awesome. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. We're moving Wednesday. Okay, cool. Well, I'll be there. What else? What else, guys? What else? Rapid fire the questions. I want to hear some more stuff. I helped you guys with some sales stuff earlier. Never been on a Periscope where KarlSchuckert is in the chat. Laugh out loud. It's good. I'm sure you will find value. Chris, do you want me to in SAC on Wednesday? Kirk said he'll help out. It's up to you guys. Up to you guys to work those details out. But I'll be there to help out. Martin just joined. What's up, Martin? Hey, who all's here that's new? And thank you for the hearts, guys. The hearts are sick. Lets me know that you appreciate the value that we're talking about here. I guess I talk too much. Laugh out loud. Gotta get on more scopes. Chris's scopes last so long that nobody can actually get on and do their own scope. I'm just kidding. I'm new. Got cut off. Right on. Well, we missed you. I hope you got some of the stuff that we talked about earlier. If not, you can catch the replay. Make sure you guys share it too, man. Make sure you guys share the love. I can keep going or I can shut down, whatever we want to do. Awesome, John. Thanks, man. I always reciprocate, just so you know. What's your favorite sales training? Sales training. You mean like a training platform is what you're referring to. So I've only seen, I can't back Grant Cardone stuff. I can back it because I've seen part of it, but I haven't seen it all as far as like his university goes. But I do know like his books are sick. The Seller Be Sold book I just almost finished. It's almost finished, and that's a sick book. It's a very, very good book. I did Tom Hopkins training. That was one of the best trainings I've ever been to. I would highly, highly recommend Tom Hopkins. And obviously Zig Ziglar's not around anymore, but I've been to Zig Ziglar's a couple of his speeches. I've been to Tom Hopkins stuff before. those guys were super dynamic. But Tom Hopkins is sick. I don't know about now, but some of his older stuff was good. He's got a book called The Sales Bible, and that's like, that book is money. He talks about things that I've never heard anybody else talk about too. He talks about like moods and buying twitches and stuff like that that people go into, and he teaches that. So I think that his stuff is awesome. Jim Rohn's not really a salesperson. I mean, I guess he's a salesperson, but he's more of a motivational person. So that, you know, the question was sales. Yeah. I mean, everybody's in sales though, right? We're all selling something. We're all selling ourselves. That's what it comes down to. We're not selling something, we're selling ourselves. What was your favorite sales training you have taken in the last 12 months? I haven't really taken any sales training in the last 12 months, to be honest. I did watch The Straight Line. I guess that would be over 12 months ago. And that was pretty good. I like those concepts about staying within those lines when you're in your conversation. And then also he talks a lot about NLP. And he's basically, the thing about Jordan Belfort is like everything is regurgitated from someone else, but it's just done in a really good way. So nothing new, man. Nothing too new. I just read a lot of books. I have my own sales training online, that I offer. What's your favorite Brian Tracy book? I haven't read too many of his books. I've read a few. Just trying to think of one of them. I've pretty much read a lot of his sales books, but there's one that I think sticks out. It's something about mind transformation. I don't remember the name though. Can't help you with that. He's written like 50 or 60 books or something like that. It's ridiculous. He comes out with like 3 books a year. But I usually try to get on all the books that are like, you know, the invisible magnets or whatever you want to call them. The buy one, you know, pay for shipping, free plus shipping. Yeah, he's written a ton. When I lived, I connected with some of his people when I lived in San Diego. He lived in Solana Beach. He lives in Solana Beach, which was not too far from Carlsbad. So I tried to reach out a few times. I did meet some of his salespeople, and he had a great group of people that I met. He's got a lot of great training. He's got a leadership training that's really cool, a speaker's training that's really cool. But there's a lot of other stuff out there in the world. Sell or Be Sold was fun, but Tommy... Yeah, are you talking about Tom Hopkins? Jim, you're talking about Tom Hopkins, right? So there's a lot of great. You're talking about Jim Rohn, yeah. He like disappeared or something, right? And then they found out later on he passed away. Jordan Belfort, okay, yeah. I mean, Jordan Belfort was a lot of just the same stuff. Yeah, it was just a lot of the same stuff, all the same. It was all the. It's all very in-depth NLP with like framing, looping, open loops, you know, cliffhangers, stuff like that. Controlling conversation, which is good. It's a lot of I teach a lot of that, but I don't call it a straight line. I don't think it's very straight. I don't think it's within that straight line. But that's what he does, man. That's what made him him, and he was super successful at it. Yeah, Tom Hopkins is one of my favorites, by hands down, one of my favorites. Tom Hopkins was with me for years, man. You know another guy that was with me that you probably never heard of? His name's Dom Runge. Actually, he had some really, really good stuff. He was just like this. I've actually met him a couple of times, talked to him a couple of times, and he's just like old school powerhouse, just like get in the grind and make it happen type stuff. Yes, I did surf in Carlsbad. Loved it. I learned how to surf in Carlsbad and surfed all over the West Coast there for a little while. Surfing is like the hardest thing, one of the hardest things I've ever done, and even like if you don't do it, you get rusty. So I'm sure if I go out there, I'd flop around like a beginner. I pretty much was always a beginner. I can't say that I ever mastered surfing. Surfing was one of those things that was hard. I thought I would pick it up really quick because snowboarding, wakeboarding, all that stuff growing up was good at all that stuff. But surfing was a whole nother beast. And then you also have that uncertainty when you're in the waters. Yeah, Dom, dude, you know him. Yeah, that guy's awesome. Have you ever read the Born Letters? Never read it. Surf the Nuclear Generators. I've been there. I didn't surf it. I was there for an event, a surfing event, but I didn't surf it. It's super warm there. The water's really warm there. We called it something we can't talk about here. The boobs, right? The 2 boobs. I know what you're saying, man. Used to drive up and down there. We'd be like, "There's the boobs. We see the boobs." Yeah, there's some good surfing there too, though, and they say the water's just purified that's going out there, but who knows if it's got nuclear content in it? Who knows? Don't know. I don't know if they've ever found fish with, you know, 4 or 5 eyes in there too. I don't know. Who knows? Chris, I don't want to wait to be a pest. Please give me 5 minutes for a serious conversation. Chris, talk to Kirk, man. He wants to talk to you. Kirk gets a hold of Grant Cardone. He can get a hold of Chris, I'm sure. Kirk, are you sending messages to Chris on Facebook? That's like one of the easiest ways to get a hold of him. I just let out the cat out of the bag, Chris, sorry, but one of the easiest ways to get a hold of Chris is to send him some messages. That's how I got a hold of him, as a matter of fact. That's how I reached out to him. He's the Facebook guy, so I contacted him on his platform, and got through. Now we're friends. And now he still mentors me, which is crazy, because he doesn't mentor people one-on-one. Halbert, yeah, Gary Halbert is a big name. I've heard of him, but I've never read that book. Yeah, must be a good book. Should I check it out? Is that a book? Did that book change your life? And did it leave a solid impact and something that you always refer back to? Because if it did, I'd like to check it out. I heard Gary Halbert's a beast too, so. I just don't know him. I'm not too familiar with him. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I've got a lot of traffic coming through. Thanks for the love, guys. Thanks for the love. Yes, coffee. I get coffee from a really nice restaurant. Actually, a very nice, a guy that actually goes and sources it himself. It's a series of letters. Yeah, it did. You should check it out. I will. I will check it out. What time is it there? Let me see. It's almost 1 p.m. We're on the West Coast. We're in South Lake Tahoe. So I drink coffee. It's called Hub Coffee Roasters, and the guy's name's Mark Trillo that owns it. He went to the same high school as me, but he graduated way before me. But he was an athlete, and he basically found a way to source coffee beans. I don't know how you do it, but he sources them. He goes all over the world, and he lives with these families that make it. Oh, cool. Well, you're just getting started on those entrepreneur hours right now in the UK then. But anyways, he sources it from everywhere in the world. Like, he lives with the families and hangs out with them, and then sees how they produce the coffee bean, and then he knows that the money he gives to them is actually helping that family. And he's seen that their families have, like, the kids have gone to college and stuff like that. I don't think that's okay, man. You can log out and log back in if you want to continue to give me hearts, bro. That's sick, though. I really appreciate you, John. I really appreciate you. Wow, now that is amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. That guy's super amazing. Actually, I want to interview him sometime. If I can get him up here, the next time he comes up here, I'm going to... That's your wife. Awesome. What's up, Leah? Nice to meet you. Cheers. Good to, you should meet my wife, Akumi, maybe one time on one of our scopes. We'll scope it up together. But yeah, the coffee story is awesome. So whenever he comes around next time, I'm going to sit him down and try to interview him, because he's a pretty amazing guy. He's done a lot. I want to be in Tahoe. Texas heat is killing me. Yeah, I couldn't live in Texas. My grandpa lived in Austin forever. He's from New York, but he moved to Austin and he would never leave. We tried to get him to move up here, but he loves Austin, and I don't blame him. Austin is such a cool town. But yeah, I love visiting Austin, and he'd take me fishing a lot down in Corpus Christi and stuff like that. Yeah, he took me all over Texas. I grew up as a little kid going there. I'd go to LA as a kid growing up. I'd go to LA for some summers, and then I would go to Austin for summers, or I'd go to both. My family would ship me there to LA. My aunt was a childhood actress growing up. Laura Legemeyer, yeah, she's actually right by me. Her office is, I'm gonna say, probably 5 minutes away, if that. Yeah, if you become part of her group, I don't know if she's gonna continue to use us, but supposedly they like us. They did their dinner here, but the problem was the guy comes in that works with her. It's like her right hand guy comes into our restaurant and goes, hey, like the day before, says, hey, we've got 55 people coming in. Can you help? Can you handle it? Come to Dallas. Yeah, I saw the pictures of those steaks. Those are crazy. So what happened with Laurel's group is we were like, yeah, well, I think we can handle it. How are they going to come? And he goes, oh, they're going to drizzle in over 3 hours, 3 hour period. I was like, yeah, we can handle 55 people in that amount of time. So what happened was they all came in at the same time, and it backed up our kitchen, of course. Our kitchen was backed up about an hour and 15 minutes, but all the food came out that did come out was perfect. Everybody didn't complain about that. They were just complaining about the time that it took. But of course, when you get hammered like that, so what I told him was, I said, hey, when I talked to him, he was like, I'm not even aware. I thought everybody was happy. I was like, no, there's a couple people, but just let them know that they can come back later on tomorrow. You were gonna buy the note on her house, the one up here in Zephyr Cove. Let me know if you do. Yeah, that's cool. Well, are you guys gonna come visit the property if you do that? Or is that just something that might happen? That'll be sick if you guys do. You guys will have a reason to come up here. And we're right, our restaurant's right here in Zephyr Cove. So basically, like, I don't know if they're gonna use us, but the guy told me, he straight up said, he goes, we like you, we wanna come back. I was like, cool, come back. And I told him about what I did, and he was like, his eyes kind of opened up quite a bit. And also, if you guys don't know, one of KarlSchuckert's partners, Peter Sorensen, he used to actually work with her too. So it's kind of interesting to have all these people around us. But yeah, I don't really know Laurel, so I can't say anything about her. I just don't know her yet. But we'll probably eventually meet her. I started a meetup, and she signed up for it, but that doesn't mean she'll come. It doesn't mean she'll come, but hopefully. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Follow me, man. We do stuff like this all the time. This one was just kind of a ramble on, really. No great direction, but again, it was just making me do a scope. I didn't do one at all on Sunday, and I've got a 100 scope challenge for myself to get there, and I think I'm at like 29 or something, almost to 30. I've probably done 30, but I've erased some of them. Okay, I'll check it out. You know, one thing I'll tell you too is I get everything on Audible. I have books. I have a whole library full of books, but the problem is like I'll read like halfway through them. I'll never finish them. So if I buy both, it works for me. Some books are really good for me to buy both. I'll listen to it on Audible, or I'll buy both, and I'll actually go, because some of them have like scripts and stuff like that. Like there was a book, I'm trying to think of the name. Anyways, I can't think of the name, but basically the book was nothing but different sales scripts all the way through the book, and it was from a really well-known telemarketer that is a telemarketer sales trainer. And I just wanted the book basically so I can use the sales scripts, because I used to own a telemarketing firm. I prefer audio too, mainly because I can listen to it when I'm out and about. Yeah, exactly. I can do two things at the same time. Whenever I'm on the road, I call the road the university of the road, because if you're on the road, you should be learning too. And it also keeps you awake, keeps your mind on something, and you're learning and you're thinking about stuff, especially if you're by yourself. I travel on the road a lot, so it just helps me. And then now, recently, I've done a couple scopes on the road, which I don't know. Is that dangerous, guys? Is that dangerous to do scopes on the road? I don't think it is. I can talk and drive at the same time. It's just like talking to someone in my car, but they're not responding, so to me that's easier. Well, I think we're gonna have to fade out on this one, but definitely thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for the hearts, thanks for sharing, thanks for the love. I much appreciate and respect all of you guys. You guys are all in the hustle. Yeah, he does. I appreciate meeting you too, Leah's, finally. And you guys are awesome. Keep rocking it. Keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zones. Yeah, definitely. Please, thanks. Keep pushing yourself. Keep hammering it out. It's Monday, man. This is where everything starts for the week. So if you can get everything done on Monday, you got the rest of the week to figure it out.